Welcome back to Hold and Modify, YouTube's most poorly produced, underproduced Amiga channel. This is Q, and today this is a very quick video. It's on the Retina Z2 from Macrosystems. It's a very ancient and old RTG 24-bit card that most people probably have never heard of or don't use because so many other better ones came out pretty quickly after it. And it's a very slow card. And as you can see, we're already looking at a workbench that's mode promoted. And we are in 256 color mode, 800 by 600. If we go to prefs, and we go to screen mode with my horrible mouse that's going to take forever to travel across the screen, you'll see indeed over here, in addition to my NTSC modes, we have the Retina modes. 1024, 640, and 800 by 600. And we are in 256 color mode. Now, how did you get to that point? Well, back in the day, you couldn't have used the P96 software with this card. You had to use their own kind of custom software, and it didn't do a lot of things very well, and it was kind of a big mess, which is why a lot of people moved on to other cards. To get this to work today on your Amiga using P96, you do need to get the newest version of it because it does have additional support to work with this old card. So that means you will need to use the version of P96 that you have to buy from icomp.de. I'll put a link to them in the description, because the free P96 software does not have Retina support, as far as I know. They kind of made a big deal how the latest version of P96 has the support, or has much improved the support. One of the issues, though, is that when you get this software and you go to install it, the first thing you're going to run into, and you'll see it here, I'm going to throw it up on the screen, is your card won't show up. It won't be selected. There's nothing for you. There's no just like Retina Z2 to pick. And that's because they kind of have an all-in-one there right here. And the all-in-one is the Retina the Retina Bacon, Lettuce, and Tomato Z3 is what they're doing, really. And you have to just click that. And you click it and go through the install process. And you're going to reboot. And when you reboot, you're going to see an error flash by up on the screen up here in the corner saying, like, can't find something. And you're going to be like, what was that? Why is it doing that? It installs the wrong monitor into your devs monitors. And what it does, it puts, see I'm going into storage monitors, not devs monitors. Yeah, because I've already done this. You go to devs monitors, it puts in there this Retina BLT, this Retina Bacon, Lettuce, and Tomato monitor into your devs monitors. You don't want that in there. You want to get that out of there. So after you do the whole install, you're going to have your NTSC, you're going to have your Retina, and you're going to have Retina Bacon, Lettuce, and Tomato. So you move BLT out of there, reboot, you'll no longer have the error at the start when you come back into Workbench, and you'll have this little Retina screen, little Retina guy in here. And of course, you won't be in Retina mode like we are right now in this RTG mode. You'll be in your Amiga mode on your Amiga monitor, because you're going to have two monitors. You probably have already figured that out, or you at least need a switch box, or you need a monitor that has multiple inputs that supports Amiga modes and RTG modes. This doesn't do any kind of auto switching or Picasso 4 magic, because this is very, very old. This is going to have to use mode promotion only if you want to get software onto the screen. So yeah, it's not going to really work with games. Once you've got just the proper monitor that you're supposed to have in there, you're going to be able to go into P96 mode. And when you go up here, you'll see your board, Retina, and then you'll have a whole giant list of screen modes here. And then you go through all the screen modes and you test them, and then you change the settings if they don't work to get to the ones that do work. And then if you're like me, this giant list of screen modes it'll have here, you only see 3 here, right? But it'll default with like a whole long list of modes. I just delete them all. I delete all the modes that I don't want to use. I only care about the 640 by 480, 800 by 600, 1024 by 768, and I make sure they're all dialed in. You can smash the test button here, and this is mode promotion, ModePro popping up. I'm going to say cancel, and there you go. You test the mode, and you see it, and you're like, okay, good to go. And then when you're done, you say use, and you say save. And when you say save, it's going to say, okay, we got to reboot. It's going to reboot, and it will load the save settings here into that monitor profile so that you're always good to go. So no matter what you pick in Workbench, you're not going to screw yourself up. You'll have those screen modes available as I showed here. So there they are again, up there in the corner. Now, you're going to also want to get ModePro installed pretty quickly here, because when you go to run something, like when I went to go run sysinfo, it's going to open up back on the Amiga screen, and it's going to be like, oh no, oh no. So you use ModePro to promote a program like Sysinfo onto the Retina. Now, again, the Retina is a very simple card, and it's working, but as you can see, it's squished. Now, there might be a way to go back into that P96 software and create a custom screen mode that's VGA compatible that will also stretch this out. I don't know. I'm not an expert with that P96 software. I've tried to create screen modes in it and figure it out, but it's just chaos. So if anybody can leave a nice detailed report in the comments below, I'll pin that to the top of this video so that everybody else can see how the heck do you use the P96 software to make new screen modes, because I could not figure it out. That was crazy time. And when I keep saying P96 software, I'm talking about the software I just showed you here, P96 mode. Because this, you're supposed to be able to create like whole new screen modes in here, and maybe I could create one that would make ModePro not promote Sysinfo squished. I don't know. All I care about is Lightwave does 800 by 600 and 1024 by 768, so I can promote Lightwave to one of these Retina screen modes for a nice one-to-one mapping, and I won't even have to worry about that. But yeah, programs like Sysinfo will need to be remapped. Directory Opus can open up on the Workbench, Final Writer, Final Copy, TV Paint, Personal Paint, Phone to Paint. There's a bunch of software that can open directly already onto the Workbench, so you don't even need to worry about promoting them. And there's a handful of programs that will mode promote nicely to the RTG screen, but not all of them. Of course, video games, no. And there's even some productivity apps that will not be mode promoted to the screen, and you're just going to have to have your Amiga monitor still to use those. That's just the fact of life with this card. It's not a Picasso 4. It doesn't do everything and de-interlace it and make it all happy. It's a very old card, slow card, and a cheap card. But it is a card that you can get to work, and if you do find one, you can at least enjoy the nice RTG retargeted Workbench for not a lot of money. These cards are, when they do show up on eBay, anywhere from like $100 to $200, $250 sometimes, because they're not great cards. They're functional, just not great. Once you get the new Picasso software with this card and you install it in your Amiga, you got to move that monitor out of dev's monitors. You got to get rid of that BLT monitor, reboot, and then everything will operate as it normally should. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in hassles, and because it'll keep asking where the BLT monitor is, it can't find the card, and you're going to hate everything and think it's all broken. Or Dopus. So you open Dopus up. Now see, it's going, oh, this is Dopus. What do you want to do with it? You want to promote it? So I'm going to say program name, Dopus, and I'm going to promote it for now. We're going to pick a screen mode. We will do 800 by 600, sure, why not? Or I'm going to say use. I'm not going to say save, I'm going to say use. So now Dopus is being mode promoted, but you don't need to mode promote Dopus. You can actually tell Dopus to open up on the Workbench screen or use Workbench, and then you can avoid having to mode promote it. So we'll go to screen mode and we'll go to Workbench use, say okay, okay. And now there you go. You're on Workbench and you don't have to mode promote it. So I'm going to go ahead and say configure again and click save, click OK. Just kind of showing you the little process of the world of mode promotion. Then we'll go ahead and hit quit. And then what I'm going to do now is for this directory Opus thing, I'm not going to delete it. I'm going to tell it, because I don't want it to keep asking me every time I launch Opus, do you want to mode promote it? I'm going to go, don't promote it. And now I'm going to say save. So now if I launch Opus, it's just going to open up. There you go. No mode promotion requesting, and just boom, right on Workbench, as it's using the same thing. And you can do this with a lot of software. Like Final Writer has the option to open up on the Workbench, and that'll make life a little easier for all you folks trying to do RTG. So there it is. That's the Retina card, a very slow card from Macrosystems. 1, 2 meg, 4 meg options. I think this is a 2 megger, but it does give you that nice RTG look. You freeze up all your chip memory. I've got like over 2 megs of chip memory right now, even though I'm in 800 by 600 and 256 color mode. You can use it with art department, image effects, and it's in 256 color mode. It's not bad. It's pretty zippy. In 16-bit mode and 24-bit mode, it's pretty slow, folks. I gotta say, it's pretty slow. You'd only want to use it to display an image. You wouldn't want to like run Workbench in 16-bit or 24-bit mode. It'll take all day to redraw the windows on the screen. So just kind of keep it, in that zone, that 256 color mode, kind of like a pseudo AGA-ish kind of Workbench, and Final Writer can be in 256 color mode and things like that. Okay, that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye.